Hello people, I'm Vito and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom with Robert Inc.
Hello.
Alright, where we last left off, we finished the mission along the shoreline, fighting Sepikal and Nakubitos, and now we are fighting Haysheen himself. It's time for some payback, although they do appear to have some turrets, but this one will not affect you because you are walking as anti-air. And let's see, I guess I could have you fight against this dude coming. And then, does this have a turret? No. Let me check the others real quick while we're waiting.
Nope.
Yep, no turret, no turret. No turret, okay. It's just the one. And it's just an anti-air turret. Can I speed this up by zooming out? Thank you. Ah, just in time.
Alright. What is that thing in the middle?
A rogue doll.
Ah.
And then, oh, it has medicine. Axe Raider also has medicine, and Ansatsu also has medicine. Oh, and you have Castle Adept, so you get a little bit more. Alright then. This could take a while because you all have frickin' medicines. Although, this is the group with status effects. So if I stun them, and if I mix up the damage, maybe? We'll see. This might be quick, or this might take a very long time. Haha! The Axe Raider missed.
Nice.
And then this should hopefully paralyze unless it misses, like the status effect. If the status effect has the chance to miss even if the attack hits. And that might just kill him. Yep, he's dead. There goes some of your medicine and your Castle Adept. Woohoo!
Now which one of you is next?
This one. This is the one that gets unnecessary crits against my forces far too often. So until you are on my side, you get the brunt of the punishment first. You get focused.
Fair enough.
Oh, you want to be paralyzed next? Can do. But first.
Smash.
Exactly. Alright, and then I guess we can talk a bit more about the anime. We only touched on it a little bit. Ooh, nice, a crit. So, yeah. We covered some of the stuff that happened before Arcana appeared, or Arcana. And then...
Urkana.
Yeah, we fought Arcana somewhere in Yugi's story where you had the Dark Magician number 2. But in card form, it's just a different Dark Magician. But it has the same name, it's interchangeable in any effects that reference Dark Magician. And, let's see. I don't know about in Japanese, but at least in the US, specifically, it comes from... I think it's a video game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Power of Chaos. Specifically, Yu-Gi the Destiny Limited Collector's Edition.
What does?
This specific version of Dark Magician.
Ah.
I guess with that game, or that version of that game, you can get that Dark Magician. Did I send anyone down here? I don't...
Nope.
Okay, Pegasus? And then you're about here, yep. What do we got? Things we've seen before. Silverfang, Mega Zowler, and Beaver Warrior. You do have medicine, though. 2 of them, in fact.
Well, time to kill.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be because it's, you know, Haysheen's closest guard. They are actually well equipped because that's where he spends a lot of his money.
Yeah, that would make sense.
The money that he hoards.
Alright. What else can we talk about?
I was thinking, like, what would have happened if Yugi just didn't take the bait and enter the tent? Because there was that, like, that jester dude that was like, you better go in, or else. He could have just been like, or else what? No. Try me. But of course, he's like, it must be destiny. I will walk right into this trap head first. With no reservations whatsoever.
Yeah, there does seem to be a trend that Yugi, he just kind of goes at everything head on. It's like, I don't even care that there's a trap. I'm gonna spring it. Let's just go. Let's go.
It's like, we have the power of an ancient pharaoh on our side. We can't lose. No trap could possibly stop us. So, oh yeah, I also wrote down that I would just, like, imagine that jester thinking, like, after saying, enter the tent or else, and Yugi just enters, he's like, well, that was easier than expected.
Oh, I was gonna have, like, this whole, blackmail operation kind of thing to psych him out, but no, he just went in.
Yeah, I had I had this whole menacing speech about this threat. About, harming your friends or something. I didn't even get to say it. But yes, the whole arena that they were in, where it's like what they call it, a dark energy disc that would send their mind to the Shadow Realm. Seeing it now, it is very clearly just a censored buzzsaw. It is just, like blue censorship over a buzzsaw. Saw blade, whatever. And it's clearly, the cost of losing would be losing your legs. It is very clearly that.
But no, we can't kill people. It's for kids.
Yeah, I remember...
We annihilate and send to a fate worse than death.
Called the Shadow Realm. Yeah, I remember hearing, maybe from Mecha Master, that a lot of the censorship involves, replacing references to death with the Shadow Realm, and this is the point where I really see it.
Mm-hmm. Also, when Arcana,
Arc Dude,
Mr. Arc, when he summoned that possessed doll or whatever, it had like an axe and like a claw.
Doll of Demise?
Yeah, I think that was it. It looked normal on the card, but the monster itself looked like it's like the axe and claw parts were censored. Like they were made of energy or something. I'm just wondering, like, were they like covered in blood or something?
Maybe.
And that's why they censored it?
That could be, or if they just... I don't know why else they would change it if they already showed the card art.
Yeah. Also, there were a couple of axes on the wall, like just behind Arcana.
Just for show.
A little weird, but, alright.
Alright, that's captured. You're almost there? Okay. I was also thinking, when they're in those locks on their legs, what if one of them had to use the bathroom? It's like, should have thought of that.
I was just thinking, what if one of them gets tired and needs to sit down?
Just have like kind of like a bench behind them so they can just sit down on it without moving their legs from where they are. It's like, yeah, you're still trapped and restrained, but we're not so cruel that we wouldn't let you sit down.
Ah, thank goodness. We're not barbarians over here after all.
Okay, this looks like a duplicate of a different group we fought already. Filled with frickin' medicine. Just gotta overpower them this time.
Yep. And we finally saw the Dark Magician Girl.
for the first time in the anime series. Her first appearance, other than the new intro.
True.
Yep, despite how long it's been since we started using her in the game, way back in Yugi's story. So her card effect, I believe, is the same as it was in the anime, where for every Dark Magician in the graveyard, she gets like 300 attack. I think they did keep that the same.
Alright.
And yeah, because the red Dark Magician still is technically the same card as the other one, it still counts. Like I said, it's not actually called Dark Magician number 2 as a card, it's just Dark Magician.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was just a palette swap, but at least in the anime it showed it had like a bit more of a swirly pattern on certain parts, like the shoulder and the knee pad armor.
Oh.
And also, it looked like he had facial markings.
It kind of did in some angles.
I'm not sure if that shows on the card art or not. But yeah, I didn't remember that. But yeah, with the whole dark energy disc thing, I wrote down in my notes like, quote, "The loser is sent to the Shadow Realm," unquote, instead of frickin' dies. And it seems like, at this point, everyone they frickin' meet is frickin' cheating somehow. Esperoba had his whole squad of siblings spying on the opponent. The Rare Hunter had marked cards with invisible ink. And now Arcana has the one trimmed Dark Magician card, or maybe more than one. He had at least 2.
Funny thing, in the description for Part 2, it mentions that Arcana has 3 Dark Magicians in his deck.
I mean, it makes sense.
But he doesn't even bring out the second one in Part 2. That only comes in Part 3. And we never see a third, for sure.
Yeah, it might be mentioned in the manga. Or heck, even in the unlocalized version of the anime. But it makes sense. If you can have up to 3 of them, why not? If he can get that many, because he's got the whole Rare Hunter network to get rare cards for him. So, I don't know if I've properly explained this because it feels like it's hard to explain. But the format of the cards, as they're shown in the anime, is slightly different in the localized version, which means that when they localize it, they have to edit every single card that is shown as, you know, an actual card face.
Right.
And because of that, they probably only have so many on hand when they're editing it. So it seems like that may have led to some of the mistakes I mentioned, like with the Graceful Dice and the Rare Hunter's Exodia pieces. But in this particular Arcana fight, I believe in episode 1, there are multiple points where I'm seeing cards that just should not be in their hands. I believe at one point you can see that Arcana has Obelisk the Tormentor in his hand. Because it is like very obscured, but it's enough that I can tell, that looks like Obelisk the Tormentor.
Oh, okay. They're just upping the cheating levels now.
Yeah, and then at one point you can see in Yugi's hand, he has the red Dark Magician. I think it's just because in editing, they're just like, throw random cards that we have, you know, just for the filler that they probably won't notice. But I noticed, and other people probably have too. It's probably not like that in the original, it's probably just a localization issue. But it was very funny to me.
Also, to be fair, when it first aired, you know, you couldn't really pause it.
True.
Unless you had it on VHS, in which case it does that static thing across half the screen.
Yeah, and it like jumps up and down.
Yeah.
The good old days of VHS. Okay, so I think based on the facing this way is how these are named. Is this left arm? Yes. And then this is right arm. There is something I am supposed to get here. So I shall.
Also, how many times has Yugi's Dark Magician been, like, manhandled? Or, like, tied up? Like, even back during the fight with Pegasus, when he was absorbed by that monster.
Relinquished.
Yeah.
Or the Thousand Eyes Restrict, whichever version it was at the time. I forget.
Yeah, it feels like he's constantly getting bodied. not killed. Just, like, having all these effects on him. And he just has to deal with it like, God dang it. Now I'm strapped to a guillotine. Now I'm strapped to a time bomb. Now I'm being grabbed by a giant ant claw from the sky.
It's like, it's what you get for being the strongest monster in that particular deck. You get targeted with all the crowd control effects. That sort of thing. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything in the middle here. Sadly.
And then, at one point it kind of looked like he was almost getting crucified. In,
the Arcana fight?
Yeah.
What was it, like Nightmare's Chains or whatever it was called?
Yeah, I think so. It's like, geez.
Oh,
chill out.
They're already respawning? Jeez, it doesn't feel like it's been long enough for that, but I guess it has.
They don't have a healer at the main base, do they?
I don't know. That wouldn't cause them to respawn any faster, though.
Oh.
That would just give them the chance to fully heal. Instead of being at half health.
Okay, I was confused as to which group was whose.
Yeah. You have level 1 magic? Is that actually what he gets? Or did they give him that for no apparent reason? Because I don't remember seeing that on mine. But maybe I just didn't look.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yes, poison the rocks.
I just got a sudden hit of deja vu for some reason. Did we do that before? I don't remember, but regardless, paralyze the rock.
Medusa, turn that stone golem into a stone stat. Wait.
Huh.
Wait, this doesn't do anything.
Except in the game, it still does do something. Surprisingly.
Somehow.
Let's not question it. Let's just let it be the way it is. Because it's useful for us. It is convenient.
We do, however, bleh.
Try again.
We do, however, reserve the right to complain about it if it's used on us.
Indeed. Alright, now stun him. Oh, and another thing. Arcana's voice actor for the English dub, I recognize.
Really?
In Shaman King, he plays a character called Faust the Eighth. And it is very funny because he has very similar backstory kind of, where it's like, oh, I think I mentioned it's similar to Pegasus, where Faust lost someone he loved and that drove him to fight, and he's kind of a madman.
By the way, speaking of...
Yes?
Arcana. His mind wasn't even sent to the Shadow Realm. He's just actually a broken man now.
He's lost it.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there like, wow. They actually kept that in a 4Kids dub.
He's gone mad. I guess if you don't really think about it, it's just like, oh, villain has a bad time, I guess. And you don't think that much about it.
I guess.
Maybe.
Just like you don't think about how those are definitely recolored saw blades coming for your legs. Don't worry, they're just gonna tap you and send your mind to the Shadow Realm.
It's weird because as a kid, yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that, like the concept of them changing stuff as censorship.
Right.
Because they felt they needed to. And like during that localization process, a lot of the time, they'll even get rid of, you know, any Japanese writing if it's like on a storefront or anything like that. Which is why, you know, as a kid, I had no idea that the Pokemon anime came from Japan. I was like, oh, really? I didn't know that. For the longest time. Oh god, they're all respawning. This is gonna take forever. Dark King of the Abyss, Dragon Seeker, and Reaper of the Cards?
Yep, looks like it.
Solar Racer. Joke's on you, it's a robot, it has no soul. Or does it?
I was gonna be like, yeah, idiot. Stupid.
And then it just pans over to Beta and he's just like sad. Like, they're bullying me. I want to have a soul.
Don't worry, you can just punch your feelings away.
Let it out on the enemy. Okay, so they are focusing Beta again. Let's see if that continues. Because that's what I said was happening when I tried farming them up during the Weevil battle. They just would not leave him specifically alone.
Yep.
It's like an unnatural amount of focus on him. Because I don't know how true it's been, I don't know how true it's been, but I think Mechamaster said that they generally do focus the strongest. But these three are basically the same stat-wise. I guess he does have more attack. He has less health, though. I don't know why he has so much more attack, though. Is that just his specialty? Also, his gold cost is way higher. Because that's like... I think Mechamaster has been gauging their usefulness a lot by their gold amount, because it's not affected by the martial compatibility or the items. So it is a very good sign, at least at level 99 it sounds like, of how valuable they are. Not just gold cost valuable, but usefulness. So it is weird. It's 579, 633, and then 728 at the exact same level.
That is weird.
So maybe it is considering Beta more valuable because of that. And maybe that's why they're focusing him? But I feel like there are other marshals that I have vastly, you know, varying levels on. Like the one Kaiba's group with Mystic Horseman at like level 80. Unless it still has a low gold cost. Or, you know, a similar gold cost to the lower level ones, maybe. But I've never seen it be this egregious where they just hone in on one all the time.
It does seem, you know, a little ridiculous here.
Well, get all your HP back. Screw them for trying to focus on you, the adorable one. Ah, nice, a crit.
Well, I'm just happy that, you know, we have more than 2 moves per monster.
Like when we started out with the Magnet Warriors, yeah. Yeah, that's still targeting Beta. Oh, that's right, the red medicine. I should probably kill that one.
Well, or you could actually you could just confuse him, couldn't you?
That is true. Well, he's out of moves now, it doesn't matter. I guess that is very useful against medicine-wielding enemies. Just make sure they can't use items.
Yeah.
So also, that voice actor who voiced Faust and Arcana, it sounds like he's, or based on what I saw on IMDb, it looks like he also voiced Rex Raptor.
Oh.
The weird thing is, it'll say like multiple different people have voiced him, but, you know, obviously there's like the Japanese voice cast and then the English one, But then it seems like for some number of episodes, it's one person, and then for a number of episodes, another number of episodes is it's another person, which could be true, but I don't recall him ever sounding different, like he was voiced by someone else. So I'm not sure if that's just a mistake, or if that is the case, where they changed voice actor at some point for him.
For Rex Raptor?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Well, it had been like, with like 24 episodes.
Yeah, since we last saw him.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe they just couldn't get the first guy because he was doing some other voice work or something. So they were like, all right, do we have anyone else who smokes 6 packs of cigarettes a day?
Or sounds like they do. Yeah, maybe. That could be. Oh my god, did they actually attack Alpha at one point?
Oh, I guess so.
He's actually missing some HP. Alright, heal him up. And I think it is time to fuse.
It's like, well, at least this fight's nearly over, even if we're losing. Oh no. Oh no, they've transformed into a giant mech.
And they've gotten all their moves back. Gosh dang it.
Ah!
And then let me check the notes here. I think it was into episode 12 of season 2 where one of Arcana's monsters is just a frickin' tomato. It's the Mystic Tomato.
Yeah, that was a little cursed.
Although, the way the monster looked when it appeared versus its card art was a little different. And I saw on one of the databases, it looked like there was a different card art that maybe they didn't use for the localization. It actually looked less creepy, though.
Huh.
The card art that they had in the English version looked pretty creepy.
It did. I was glad it wasn't on screen for very long.
It did make me think that it would be a good component for that one ritual monster, which I do believe I have, called the Hungry Burger, where it's like a monster burger.
Huh.
And like...
I kind of remember that, actually.
Yeah, the space between the buns is like its mouth. Alright, it looks like they're all headed here. Yeah, I think this one probably headed this way towards my other bases, and then I captured this and he just decided, I'm changing direction. I have a new target that's closer by.
Alright. Weevil. Kill.
Yeah, at least they're, or this isn't Weevil, is it? There's Bones, right?
I thought Weevil was the one with the poison. With all the no, wait.
Yeah, Bones came with all the status effect monsters, and I kept 2 of them.
I'm sorry, they both have gremlin energy, and I'm mixing them up.
Fair enough. But yeah.
Even if they are kind of different gremlin energies.
Yeah, because Weevil currently has his Hercules Beetle and the Moisture Creature.
Right, okay.
And I think I've switched out Water Girl for the Moisture Creature. I don't remember what the last monster is in Weevil's group, but yeah. I think we had some point where we were struggling to keep track of Yugi's marshals, and yeah, we're getting there. We have like 7 active ones, because with Marthas it would have been 8, but Marthas is a dirty traitor, so can't have him.
Well, no, he's not a traitor. That's the issue. Like the rest of us.
Well, if you look at it from the viewpoint that Kaiba ought to be the real emperor.
Not one I had considered.
Either way, Marthas betrayed us at the very least.
Alright. Fair enough.
From our point of view, the Empire is evil. Haysheen is evil. The way it ought to be.
How do you miss a giant pumpkin?
A giant soldier of stone. Make pumpkin slices out of him. Thank you. See, that's how you do it, okay? Who was it, the Midnight Fiend who missed?
Yeah.
Take notes from the giant soldier of stone.
I thought crows and birds, were supposed to be really good at, messing with crops.
I don't know if it's really a bird. It's like a fiend or whatever. Just some sort of...
It had wings, so I'm just generalizing.
I would say it's probably more of a gargoyle-ish creature. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, yeah, no. Now that I'm actually looking at it, yeah. It is more gargoyle-ish. Gargoyle-ish.
Gargoylian.
Gargoloid.
Gargle, gargle, gargle. And yeah, in the anime, the ectoplasmer thing where it took like the spirit of monsters to deal direct damage, the way like it affected both dark magicians. At first I thought it was just pulling some sort of Heart of the Cards BS where it's like, Heart of, the cards makes dark magician sacrifice himself, but no, it's like
yeah, that's what I thought too at first. I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool, given like, showing, oh, there is like, something more to these cards than them just being like pieces of cardboard or whatever they're made out of. But no, then it's all like a rule thing, apparently.
Yeah, it's weird. It feels like at least 2, if not at least 3 of the cards that Arcana used were like, oh, but this also can be used by Yugi.
Right, because there's also the... I forget what it's called, but it's what let him summon Dark Magician Girl.
Was it Dark Renewal, or was it something else? I don't remember. Because I think Dark Renewal is how he got his first red Dark Magician out. I forget what he did for the second.
No? Wait.
Because Yugi used card destruction to get rid of Arcana's hand and his first red Dark Magician, so he had to bring it back from the graveyard for his first one.
Okay, that's right.
I think.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I don't know, I haven't actually seen the episode. I've just been bluffing this whole time and getting insanely lucky.
By believing in the heart of the cards. Because,
Believing in the heart of the BS.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it can be. Alright, item. I want trade union. Cocoon of Evolution. Transforms larvae moth into adult form. I probably only need 1, but I'll get 2, because why not?
I may or may not have read that at first as Coconut of Evolution.
Where's Kaiba's group? You want to kill Haysheen?
Preferably quickly. Ahem. Quickly, Kaiba?
Well, here's the thing. It is already plenty time to... it's already long enough that we could end the episode, and if we do, I could farm again. It's just that next session I'm going to have to go through all of this before we start recording again.
It's up to you. You're the one who's playing the game.
Yeah, sure, because then I can actually farm it up better, because I didn't farm as much as I wanted to, so... I think we will end this here for now, and we will continue this next time.
So, dearest viewers, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.